Although separate programs, safe travels, and the airport equipment comes to a total of $64 million. Was it worth it? This neighborhood in Haiku Village will feel the impact of this decision directly. Here's how it works. It's actually pretty simple. You bring your own container from home, or you get one here. Then you pick your product and you go. Kamanā is known for its locally owned businesses, and today is all about them. After waiting 7 years for the Eddy to get the green light, Hawaii residents didn't want to miss the chance to see the world's best surfers catch some of the world's best waves. I did the 2-hour sleep too, and sure enough, I mean, just like look at all these people around us. This is crazy. It's for your kids, like, how excited are you that they get to experience this?
We're super stoked. The family, they cook musubis.
Now, this is a map of soil sample investigations from 2016 and 2020. The colors and patterns that you see, there's a lot of them identifying when and where each impacted area started testing for high levels of lead. Now, these light yellow areas that you see, those were tested in 2016. So how can you find out what's in your water and if it's within health standards? Well, if you're on the Board of Water Supply system, it's actually quite easy. First, you're going to go to their website. This is their homepage right here. Many of them have shared with us that they are still uneasy of the water. They're not trusting it. What would you like to tell those people? It took weeks of requests for me to get these totals and find out that the millions of dollars in airport equipment aren't even part of the same program. This white line represents the Red Hill fuel shaft. The black circles are the fuel tank farm. All of the little white dots, wells in the area, and the question marks, that marks uncertainty in the TPH reading. You spoke with our safety patrol just within the last half an hour about what, and they feel they're prepared. This is what they know. This is what they do. They're ready for it. But Uncle Clyde just there telling surfers what they need to do because it is really big out there. Okay, Cynthia, you've heard it. Eddy is on first heat, 8 a.m. this morning. Beach is packed. Send it back to you. The sights and sounds of Waikiki sending off one of their own.
Gabby was one of those that was one of the nicest beach boys you could have ever met. I'm happy now that he's with all the rest of the boys, but it's a big loss for us down here.
Gary Howie Makalena, known by most as Gabby, was one of the original Waikiki Beach Boys, spending his life sharing his love for the ocean and the aloha spirit with tourists and Kamanā alike.
It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about making, a business. It was about sharing a culture, sharing your experiences, and hoping that those experiences and those lessons live on with the people that you shared them with.
And it definitely has lived on.
I was overwhelmed. I mean, the love that everyone had and brought to this beach today. Just an amazing.
Just really beautiful. Like, this is his legacy. Being here, this is his beach, and everybody that showed out today was part of his life and his legacy, and it'll continue on.
It lives on through his family.
Just be kind and humble, always with a smile.
Respect everyone, respect the beach, but always have a good time. There's no worries in the world.
And it lives on in the next generation of Beach Boys.
Most of them, the ones that are coming up, they all know. That's why it was so big. There's so many young ones around here that all knew Gabby, and he was a big influence on all of them. Very kind, nice. Like I said, he was a winner.
While the celebration of life at Duke's eventually had to come to an end, Uncle Gabby's love for Waikiki will be there forever. One can't direct the wind, but can adjust the sails or alter the course. The crews of the Hokulea and Hikianalia know that better than anyone else.
It's just the way it goes, we only have so much control.
In the last 2 years, the Kealaikahiki voyage has been canceled 3 times due to the pandemic. In the last 2 weeks, it's been delayed a handful of times due to the weather. And Monday morning, delayed for a couple hours more after a crew member tested positive for COVID-19.
Knowing that the time will come when it's the right time to go, and, rushing it or trying to work around it, it's just best to kind of sometimes let things happen as they need to.
Finally, the physical winds and the winds of life calmed down enough for the Tuva'a to set sail and turn their focus to the voyage's goal: leadership, navigational training, and cultural protocol to prepare the crew and test the canoes before the Moana Nui Akea voyage in 2023.
As someone who's now been here for a little over 10 years, I think you start to step into new roles, and that, of course, continues that learning and teaching process.
This is Lehua's second time in the captain and navigator role, and she tells me she's excited for the opportunity to mentor those younger than she.
And I'm looking forward to working a lot with Lehua as far as listening to her, and it's so exciting to see her as an expert young navigator.
This is Kaleohano's first long voyage on the Hokulea.
I'm very excited. It's hard to get your mind around until you're really out there. I'm kind of counting on once we launch from Hilo, that being the moment when I really feel it.
Oahu to Hilo to Tahiti and back. The Hokulea and Hikianalia are expected to return to Oahu in June.
We just keep running the legacy like this, and it's a really beautiful thing. Like being at this point with Bruce teaching us, Nanoa teaching us, and then passing it on to those youngers, it's just going to get better. The Va'a getting better, the humans are getting better, and we'll get to that point that, Papa Mau always wanted us to be at.
Nestled on Oahu's windward side and off the beaten path from many Kailua haunts, you'll have to travel down Kapa'a Quarry Road to find the Ko'olau Distillery, located in the Kapa'a Industrial Park. This is where it all started 5 years ago for two retired Marines.
2 ounces of Old Poly Road whiskey.
Ian Brooks and Eric Dill.
We started in this one small room, Eric and myself, making small batches of whiskey, very small barrels, starting small and thinking big. And now we've grown, and now we have 3 little locations here. I never thought we'd ever be this big.
And now in that original room, the distillery's brand new tasting room, opening to the public on Saturday, February 25th.
We want you to feel like you're going into your auntie's, uncle's house and be just as comfortable as you would there having a cocktail with family as you do here with us.
Much of what you will find around the tasting room made in Hawaii. Reclaimed wood planks from plantation-style homes, Waimanalo-made monkey pod tables, and artwork by veteran and military family artists. It goes back to much of what Ko'olau Distillery tries to do with its spirits. Locally made, locally sourced, making connections with and supporting the community.
Our family grows every day. We reach out and we support other businesses and their ventures, Traditions Coffee, Kailua Honey, even Pono Potions, and all the things that we use.
That coming together is what I think of when I think of Hawaii. And I think we've been able to put some of that into our company as well. Each time somebody comes in here, it's our job to make them knowledgeable on who we are, what we do, what we stand for.
Now, if you haven't heard of Ko'olau Distillery before, Brooks says that's okay. That means there is room for growth. But for you whiskey lovers out there,
we're hanging our hat on being smooth. That's what Hawaii does. It makes everything better because where it's made with aloha, it's made with love.
And for you non-whiskey lovers, you can also give a shot to the distillery's Mahealani Moonshine and new Tradewind Gin. And you can experience it all at the new Ko'olau Distillery Tasting Room. Saturday's grand opening from 12 to 5 p.m. and includes free tours, a limited cocktail menu, food trucks, and live music. The Ko'olau Ohana hopes to see you there.